bum. What if they have 3 or 4 person finisher moves later on? That'd be pretty neat. I feel like at that point you might be having too many finishers, honestly. But I'm all for more instead of less. I mean, if they do have finishers that use more people, cool. If they don't, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with just everyone having a combo. Dude, like, I want to, but I don't have the CP or the items to do this. I literally don't. I'm in such a bad spot because I had to lose so much orange gel in that one fight with that lord. I really wish the game would have let me bought some orange gel. At least let me, like, at least give you, like, a limited... If they want to make it where you can't just...
Hey, Law. Back when we left Cisleden, you remember how you said so long as you don't give up, there's nothing to stop someone starting over?
Yeah?
Well, I think you did just that. You've set out on a new path despite what happened in your past. Besides, you're not the only one fumbling your way through things.
You too?
It was your dad who taught me to fight. Back at the start of all this, I knew that so long as I followed him, I wouldn't end up straying. But it was also your dad who told me the importance of becoming my own master, of searching out the answers within me. I always figured I would one day. But at the same time, I had so much more to learn. When he died, I suddenly found myself rudderless. Sure, our immediate goal is to defeat all the lords. But then what comes after that? There's no one left to point me in the right direction. It was then that I realized, no matter how much I fret about it, the only thing I can do is fight. Renin brutality isn't going to right itself. So that's what I'm doing. Fighting. And in the meantime, I'll try to figure out my next move. Right now, that's about all I can do.
And you really believe you got what it takes to win this? Against all the odds?
Yes, I do. Or at least I want to. If I'm being completely honest, sometimes I'm not really sure whether I can or not. So what if we're still figuring stuff out? If we do it together, then we can support one another along the way. Is there anything so wrong with that?
No, I don't think there is. I think I get it now. We may not know what we're capable of, but we have to try all the same.
Having another one of your secret meetings? Don't tell me you were taking yet another bathroom break?
Oh, we were just engaging in a bit of brotherly bonding. Isn't that right, Alphen?
Yeah, that's right.
Fine then, suit yourselves. Hey, I think I can feel a breeze up ahead. I bet the exit is real close.
Finally! Man, it's been too long since I felt the sun on my face.
Anyways, before the game interrupted me, I was trying to say, I hope that the game lets us buy orange gels at some point, but with the way CP works in this game compared to MP in the older games, I can understand why they wouldn't want you to be able to buy it. But with the idea that you can run into a boss or a unique enemy, especially that second lord, that can just take away all your items and then you're in like a super difficult spot for other sections of the game, I wish they at least let you bought like a limited amount. Like when you get to a new store, it's like, oh, this store has 2 orange gels for sale, and they can be pretty pricey, and it's like, you can buy these 2, but that's all there is just those 2. You can buy those 2 and then they're out of stock forever. So that you can at least get some kind of like, you know, some kind of replenishment on orange gels instead of having to rely on random drops in the wild. Which Lone Wolf mentioned FF7, Final Fantasy VII Remake did something similar to that. Something like that would be really nice. Forever on offense.
When I get in a tussle, I go full force right at him. Whoever makes the first move wins.
I do have to admit, it's quite the spectacle to watch you charge in and go to town on someone during a battle.
Yeah, it was actually my old man who taught me to fight that way. The more I lay the beat down on some baddies, the more fired up my fists of fury get.
Zephyr taught you? Wow. I guess you really are following in his footsteps.
There's nothing wrong with being so focused on offense, but the enemy always fights back at some point.
As long as I don't get hit, it's not a problem, right?
So what you're saying is you're too weak to take a hit.
You're not exactly one to talk.
between men?
What were you two talking about earlier?
Earlier? Oh, it was just serious guy talk. You know, the kind that girls don't get to hear.
Really?
Don't mind him, Rinwell. It's just... maybe it is a little difficult to talk about in front of women.
Difficult to talk about? Okay, now I really want to hear it. Unless... it's not the creepy sort of guy talk, right?
No! Okay? It's not creepy!
Okay, okay. As long as you're fighting fit, you can talk about whatever you like.
That was a very
Hey,
short
are we gonna
skit.
get going or what?
I didn't expect that one to be so short. Ooh.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Hoot hoot. Well, well, look at this. Give me some Guar Plains vibes. I love it.
We're finally here. Elde Menancia, the land of green. The place certainly lives up to its name, doesn't it?
Yeah, just feel that breeze. It's like night and day compared to Calaglia and Cislodia.
Unsullied, fertile land, as far as the eye can see. That's beautiful. Oh, what?
Oh, nothing. Just... I was thinking the very same thing.
That's the realm capital in the distance. The city of Vicent. A word to the wise before we continue. Elde Menancia has produced more sovereigns over the years than any other.
Shion! Guess we should probably follow after her, shouldn't we? Hey, you alright, Law?
Yeah, fine. I was just thinking how Dad would have enjoyed this view. All this green in one place is... incredible. Anyway, let's get moving before we start looking tasty to monsters.
Is he going to be okay?
Eventually. That's a wall he'll have to overcome on his own.
Very, very pretty area here. Also, Campfire, please. I beg of you. Land of Green, Elde Menancia. Inheriting knowledge.
So if I remember right, there are 6 elements of astral energy, and darkness is only on Rena, and light can only be found on Dahna, right?
Right. I only remember because my parents drilled it all into my head when I was little.
How did we find out about dark astral energy in the first place if it's not on Dahna, though?
Beats me. I couldn't tell you how or when we figured out that sort of stuff. I'm sure there's other stuff we've forgotten along the way, too.
Yeah, I bet. And then we forget that knowledge was even forgotten at all, and it's back to square one.
Exactly. That's why we need to take good care of what knowledge and artifacts we still have left.
You really have a thing for old stuff, don't you?
Well, I don't know that I'd call it just a thing. It's also something that helps me feel connected to our world.
Connected?
It's nothing. Forget I even mentioned it. I should have guessed that there'd be no way he'd understand. How could he?
Well, he'll never understand unless you try and explain it to him. What do we have over here, huh? There are enemies over there. Oh, there's a campfire. Thank goodness. I am in desperate need. I can probably beat these 4 to get this item.
Gotta break through.
Law, try not to die. I know I'm asking a lot.
You're finished.
I'm only getting started.
Bum, 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 bum. Nice Nice, nice, nice. Fire!
Got fire.
I've got this.
There we go. Hit like 3 of them with that. Let's get it.
All yours.
Law, don't die. You're doing really good at not dying, Law. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Let's do it. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Supreme Altar.
Well done.
Here I come.
Hi, Law. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. Let's go. You and me, side by side. You're gonna lose some health for this.
I'm ready.
Has to be done.
Do it. Sion, astral energy.
All right, I really need to stop pressing right for all of my executes. It's becoming second nature now. Hey, we
Knowing
managed.
when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
Only 10 SP? Come on, man. I'm starving for some SP over here. I'm also, like, actually starving. Thank goodness stream ends in, like, 10 minutes. I really have to hurry. I thought this was going to be voice acted.
What's wrong?
Now it's voice acted? My buddies got hurt real bad. They can't even move. That's not good. Are they close by? Are you saying you can help them? Shion.
Yes!
They're just up along this path. Please, you've got to help. Start quest. A healer and her patients. I think I need CP for this, so I'm going to have to get to a campfire first. Treat the injured man and the injured boy. I will do so. I really hope the game is going to let me walk to the campfire first. And then come back and heal them. Otherwise, I'm going to be a little
What's
upset.
this doing here?
I hate camping out.
Here, let me beat up these guys first. I should be able to beat 3 of these as I am.
Sword sealed. This one's mine.
Fire!
It's over. Sword Rain Alpha. I'll run you through. Take this.
I was really hoping that attack would have thrown you up into the air.
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do.
Sword Rain Alpha.
Now.
Demon Sword.
Goodbye.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on.
Later,
in that
losers.
Yes, my lady?
vein. Something you wanted to say?
Take this. Do it.
All right, that went insanely well. Ooh, what is this? Shion, sniper. Oh, did I finally knock down 20 flying enemies? That took a lot longer than I thought it would, if that is what that was. Counter edge upon enemy defeat. Allows you to trigger counter edge by pressing R1 upon defeating enemy. Classic, that's one of the things I have. Yeah, I think that is what that was. Nothing in the air stays up there for long with Shion and her rifle around. Winged creatures across Dahna tremble before her marksmanship. Penetration plus 20 is pretty great. Mid-air evasion is good, but I don't think it'd be very good for her as an AI. Increases the amount. I also feel like Shion gets in the air a lot less than any of the other characters, specifically Alphen. Increases the amount of boost gauge added when downing an enemy with a boost attack that matches their trait. That could be pretty useful. That's fine. Mid-air damage. This, honestly, the penetration 20 is nice, but honestly, none of these skills seem super worthwhile to me. These two are pretty cheap, though. Maybe increased gauge when enemy is down, and maybe the one upon defeat, but I think I can kind of ignore that for a while, to be real with you. Plus, I'm still super set on getting this resistance 30 and clearing this out, because I want faster AG recovery, and I do want increased normal attack limit. You're up to 800 now, huh, buddy? What did I want next? That's attack plus 10. This is attack plus 20. Increased boost gauge at start of battle, please. Definitely want that next. It's resistance plus 10. Defense. Elemental defense. Elemental attack plus 20. That's what I really want. Yeah, boost gauge from enemy downs. Cool, cool. And then I want this, right? No. This? Yeah, elemental attack plus 30. I need 800. 800 on you to get AG restored by perfect evading and guarding. And then we'll get increased counterattack damage, which is fine. It's a decent skill. It's not really what I want, but I need it for getting this elemental attack plus 30. I would like this attack plus 10 eventually too. Increased critical damage would be nice. Sonic thrust, who cares? Mid-air damage would be very nice.
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
All right, I need this camping badly.
Why do you keep staring at me, Shion?
Just, what is that wolf on your shoulder?
Oh, this thing? I love it. I got it off a street vendor for just 10 gold.
I don't know if that's something to brag about.
Hey, 10 gold's a bargain if you ask me.
Because it wouldn't sell otherwise. It serves no practical purpose. Honestly, I'm surprised you paid 10 whole gold for it.
Shut up!
But the detail is so lifelike. I think you made a good choice, Law.
Really?
I have no idea why you wear it over your shoulder, though.
I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it looks pretty cool. The way he delivered that line was hilarious. 10 gold? What is 10 gold? Like, is that $10? $10, that's nothing. Well, maybe not nothing, but like 10 bucks for a cool looking realistic wolf head? I'd do it.
87! 88! 89! Oh, shoot!
What the? Is the enemy attacking?
Sorry about that. You're not hurt, are you?
Law? What on Dahna are you doing?
What am I doing? Training, obviously. I found these nice and heavy rocks that I decided to strap onto my arms, but I guess I didn't tie them down good enough because they went flying.
So you were doing improvised weight training. You and your crazy ideas.
I can't help it. If I'm not training, it's easy for me to get anxious.
Well, that's fair. Actually, I remember seeing you practicing your forms for some time when we were camping the other day.
Yep. No amount of muscle will do you any good if you don't stay on top of your fighting forms. It always feels good when I know I'm still sharp.
Sounds to me like you have too much pent-up energy.
Don't train so hard that you wind up hurting yourself, Law. I promise you, you're already perfectly strong as it is.
No, I'm not. You never know what we'll run into out there. You can never go into a fight too prepared. And that's the truth. Besides, I won't rest until I know that I'm stronger than you, Alphen.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, I don't plan on letting you beat me. Maybe I'll add some weights to my sword and practice swinging it. That should help out.
Alphen, are you crazy?
You're right. This does make for decent training. Good call with the extra weight, Law.
Right? Now you get it?
Since we've already come this far, what do you say we have a little one-on-one with our rocks strapped on?
Hell yeah! I'm down for that! Just give me a second, I'll be all ready to roll. Okay, I'm all set. Let's do this! Take this!
I'm just getting started.
Our camp is completely wrecked!
Go. You two are cleaning it up.
Yes,
Shion.
I feel sorry for Shion sometimes. I really do. She has to put up with these lovable idiots. She loves it, though. You know she does. Oh, man. They really are out here doing the DBZ, Rock Lee style weight training. I respect it. I'm gonna keep doing this vegetable soup until Law unlocks his thing, to be honest.
This is perfect! I'll have everybody's mouths watering when they see this.
You better. We did Shion's for, let's save Shion's for last. Let's do Rinwell's. We haven't had one of the campfire things with Rinwell yet.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
Huro, come here, sweetie. Woo! Good boy.
What are you doing?
It's flying practice. Huro doesn't really like to leave my side, but if I don't make him spread those wings every now and then, they'll start to weaken. It's important he practices. Also, I'm pretty sure he put on some extra weight. Oh.
Probably because everyone keeps sneaking him snacks when you're not looking.
I knew it! I thought there was something fishy going on. Oh, it's really not good for birds to be overweight, you know?
Oh, really? I'm sorry, Rinwell.
You were feeding him too? You haven't been giving him anything he can't eat, have you?
I'm pretty sure everything I've given him has been okay. Just to be sure, though, why don't you tell me what he can't eat?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Is something the matter?
No, not at all. It's just, for a really long time, Huro was the only friend I had. So on the one hand, it makes me really happy to see everyone be so accepting. But on the other, it's a bit of an adjustment sharing him, you know?
Every one of us can see that he's like family to you. I can promise no one's trying to ignore your feelings or anything.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. I'll talk to the others about it later.
Closer with Rinwell. Let's go.
Poodle, let me know if you sense anything.
Just kind of fly with my hand. Pog. Yo. Komodo hype. Well done.
Another day, another Gald.
Your next mission is to do it with chopsticks. All right, it looks like we can still go heal those people. Very good. But we are at the end of stream today. It is about time to wrap up. Thank goodness we got all our CP back. But that is going to call it for today. I'm going to start keeping 2 save files because it's just something I like to do a lot of the time. Oh, man. Oh, man. Really good today. Really good today. I had a lot of fun. I'm still a little sad that Zephyr's gone, but, you know, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm definitely a lot more okay with Zephyr dying than I am a lot of other times. Can those things shut up, please? Than a lot of other deaths in video games and whatnot in recent memory. But yeah. That is going to be all for today. When we come back next time, we'll just go heal those people and then continue on our path and see where we end up. I'm really excited to see where the game goes next. I'm still loving pretty much just about everything about the game, you know? Small, you know, a minor complaint here and there. That pretty much my only complaint is that I wish Zephyr hadn't died, and then that boss was just a little too difficult for where it was in the story. I think it needed to be toned down just a bit, and because it was a little too difficult, it ended up making the following area harder because I had, like, no gels to use. But definitely I should have bought some more apple gels, so that bit was on me. But yeah, overall, still loving the game. Love the gameplay. Mystic arts are great. Finishers are great. Characters are great. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to playing more. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to try and catch these live, link to my Twitch channel in the description. I'd love to see you there. Or keep watching on YouTube. I appreciate the support either way. And until next time, farewell.